This week I've stepped outside of my comfort zone. I'm no longer on the South Downs or in the local area. I'm up in the Midlands. You can see here I'm in a really picturesque location. We've got these wonderful autumnal colours, so why not come with me on this week's Landscape Adventures. Change of scenery today. I'm here at Ilan Park in the Peak District. Now there's a bit of debate as to whether it's Staffordshire or Derbyshire. The signs outside certainly seem to indicate Staffordshire. I would argue it's Derbyshire, but what do I know? I've already driven through so many amazing views that I don't even know if I want to stay here. I'm certainly going to park up and have a look around because there's a lot to see and a lot to do here. But the views that I saw coming through the hills were just absolutely fantastic. I'm here nice and early. It's 9:45 in the morning, so I've got the full day out here if I want it, and there's plenty to explore, so I'm going to see how this goes. I'm probably going to cover a large area today. Anyway, I think it's time for me to go and pay and then start exploring. Lockdown's definitely taken its toll. I just had to expand my backpack strap to make it go around my waist. But look at this place is absolutely gorgeous. I'm really looking forward to this. Got some absolutely gorgeous autumnal colours out here, and a few bits of water. Sun's in a lovely position, blinding me as you can see. The clouds, there is some cloud, but it's nicely dispersed, so we've got some parts of dramatic sky and also some nicely evenly diffused lighting. The hills are going to make this interesting as well. One thing I've got to be careful of when I come to places like this, I often find myself taking documentary style photos. And not there's anything wrong with those actually, but sometimes I get so caught up in them that I forget to actually take landscape photos, if that makes sense. For instance, immediately here you've got this gorgeous building and I want to take photos of this, but as you can see the sky's blown out behind it, so it's going to take a little bit of work, probably a little HDR image to get it right, and I'm not sure it's that appealing in itself, but I'm going to give it a go and then I'm going to move on. I'm really excited that I've got all day for this because I get the impression there's a lot to explore here. Been a bit lazy so far, been just exposing for the sky and making sure there's enough detail in the histogram to be able to bring out the detail in the shadows in the edit. My other fault when I'm doing things like this is I often want to spend a lot of time just walking around the area first before I start taking my time with the photos, and I've no doubt that everywhere I go I miss out on shots because of that. But I do have the whole day here and there's a whole lot to see. So my ultimate destination here, or at least the shot that I want, is of the stepping stones at Dovedale. Now there is a nice path through this way, and as you can see there's a sign here that is telling me I can either go this way on the public footpath, which will have stiles and cattle, or I can take the alternative route. Now the alternative route is up a hill and it's very muddy, so the sensible thing to do would be to stick to the normal route. I've barely gone anywhere at all. I've found these wonderful little rocks here against the backdrop of the dales, and just spending a little bit of time trying to get the right shot here. I took one already. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened, but I was struggling to work out what horizontal was. I used the thingy on my camera that I've forgotten the name of to work out the level, to get the camera level. Somehow I'd not set the tripod up stable, so when I pressed go the camera just fell down into a bit of mud, into a bit of a ditch. It's fine, there's no problems with it. Didn't even get near the lens. Yeah, the angles and stuff here are a little bit odd. So I just swapped my lenses out and took a couple of telephoto lens shots of these trees on the top here, and also of the hills over here in the background as well. I'm trying not to change my lenses too much, but there's just so much opportunity for good shots here that I'd kick myself if I didn't. And I've not walked very far since I saw that sign that said Dovedale was 1.5 miles. I've probably walked a quarter of a mile at most. but there's just so many great shots here that I'm just going to take my time and keep going. It's gorgeous out here. I've only been here about an hour and I'm absolutely starving. I think I was justified in taking the route that I did to get to where I'm going. I've now come off that path and back onto the main route because it ended. It was definitely a more scenic route than the straight across the bottom of the valley route because there just wasn't much to see there. I've just had to have a swig of water and it's now 11:30, 20 to 12ish. I'm going to have my protein bar as well because I need some energy already. So my plan is going to be, I think I'm not far now from the stepping stones, so I'm going to go to that, get the photos that I want from there, and then start walking back, and then I might start making my way up to the hills on the other side. Haven't quite decided yet. Well, I'm here at the stepping stones and I've got to say it's a little bit underwhelming. I mean, that's them there and I am going to go across them. I think there's going to be better views on the other side. I think this side is a little bit dull because it's very difficult to get an angle on a photo without a million and one distractions. So I'm going to cross the stepping stones and try on the other side and see what we can get over there. So I think I'm done here. I think underwhelmed is the right word. Maybe if the sun had been shining through the kind of place where the two hills meet, there might be something a bit more interesting there if there was just a little bit of light coming through the clouds, but it's absolutely flat here, so there's really nothing interesting happening in the sky. I'm going to carry on now. There's a path here that says route to Thorpe Cloud Summit, so I'm going to follow that because that sounds interesting and see where that leads to. Okay, so we're getting some breaks in the cloud now. I'm still walking towards this summit. There's not a huge amount happening here. I could really do with a sit down and eating this protein bar if I'm honest, but I'm going to carry on going because I want to get to this summit as soon as I can. Hopefully the skies will continue to clear and give me a little bit of something else to play with, but if I turn away here, I believe the camera now should be focusing on the sky and you get an idea that we've got a little bit of blue sky there. This last bit is killing me. I'm very, very, very nearly the top. I'll try that again. I'm very, very, very nearly at the top. I think I was trying to say I'm very near to the top. I don't know what I'm saying. Who am I? What's going on? This is hard work. I've nearly done 10,000 steps. And most of that is coming up this hill. There better be some views up there. Particularly given that at some point I'm likely to land on my arse. I've got to be honest, I'm surprised it hasn't happened already. Well, amazingly, dear viewer, I didn't land on my arse. In fact, I reached the top of the hill and as you can imagine, it was absolutely gorgeous. Unfortunately, it was incredibly windy there, so instead I decided to film this footage rather than have you listen to me battling against the wind through the camera's microphone. I couldn't quite get the shots that I wanted, or the angles for the shots that I wanted, but I did get a few snaps I was quite happy with. So I finally had a sit down, I've had my protein bar, now it's time to make my way down the other side of the hill. Now I might not be able to film much here because as I said it's very windy that side, so let's see how this goes. So the wind's calmed a little bit and it's just beautiful here, and I'm really worried that I'm not going to be able to portray the power of this place. The height of the hills, the erosion on the hills, the moody skies even are adding to a feeling of intimidation even here. Got lots of autumnal sort of trees on the cliff faces as well, or the hill faces I should say. So there's lots of colours to be playing with, and I'm maybe thinking a little bit ahead now, so probably this is a lesson for me. Yes, it's good to think ahead, but don't worry too much, because I've taken lots of images in HDR format, so I've taken 3 shots, bracketed them, and hopefully they will have enough data in them for me to be able to do what I want to do with them. That is the thought process anyway. So you know earlier when I said I definitely made the right choice when I went the alternate route? Well, I was right, because this is the state of my feet now. See, I'm coming back on the normal quotation marks route, and it is muddy as hell. I am knackered. I've just had a cauliflower curry pasty, or even a curried cauliflower pasty, and a bag of crisps and a bit of cake, and I've got a coffee now. And for some reason now I've sat down and bunged up again, which is annoying, but there we go. There's a bit more to explore. I've just spotted, as I've come back to the visitor centre, that there is what appears to be a bridge going behind some lovely golden and orange trees that I've taken photos of already. So I'm going to head over there and check that out, and then we're getting towards sunset. I've got a little bit of planning time. Not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, whether I'm going to stay here or whether I'm going to go into the hills. I think I'm going to just keep an eye on the skies and see what transpires. I'm walking along the most magical footpath in the middle of the forest. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just all around, all these colours. It's absolutely amazing. I've no idea where this is going to take me. I'm just carrying on going, and obviously the light's going in a little bit now, but just using some bracketing to try and get some HDR images. It's mildly frustrating because pretty much everywhere I've been here has been picturesque. The problem is that there's always something, there's a distraction somewhere that I can't get rid of to get the shot that I want. All the angles just don't work out. Like here, there's a stream down here, or a river, and I can't quite get a decent shot with both the river and the colours and the steps in. Right, I'm going to head back to the car and find a sunset location, I think. Annoyingly, just a look through these trees over here, I don't know if the camera will bring this out. No, it won't, it never does. There is a wonderful red/orange hue on the top of the hills. I'm going to head back because I don't want to, this is now going downhill again. I'll be honest, I'm knackered. I don't want to go downhill, uphill, again, which as I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to head back now, try and find a sunset location and see what the hell's going on over there. I underestimated how much this would take out of me. Of course, I've not really done any exercise over lockdown, and I'm now up to nearly 18,000 steps, a lot of it up hills. My back's killing, my ankles are killing, the side of my left foot is hurting. I think I'm going to tap out. So this has been a really nice trip today, and thank you for coming with me. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. Look, I'm so tired I can barely do this, but please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.